Greetings, it's Catherine from Moonstarlodge with your Indigenous cartomantic perspective on the sign of Aries for the month of August 2023. This is an experiment to see how well these astrological readings are received during the months of August and September. And what we need you to do is like the video and subscribe. If it doesn't increase our subscriptions, then I get the message that it's not really of interest to anybody. So we need your support. And of course, I always need any coffee donation that you can get. So what we're doing is 4 cards for the 4 weeks, but they're not specific to each week. Basically, we have clarifiers. We're using moon-based tarot and oracles, all from the Wandering Moon. We've got the ancestors back in and the Queen of the Moon astrological card to give us an astrological perspective. As you know, being Indigenous, I talk about our moon cycles. So for Aries, it's the period that we are covering starts August 1st, and that happens to be a full moon. And in the middle of that month, on August 16th, is the new moon. So the current 8th moon is She Who Heals, and on August 16th, the new moon is Setting Sun Woman. And then at the end of August, on the 30th, we have another full moon. So it's a double full moon month, which means the second moon is a blue moon. So there's lots happening. And let's go to the cards, Brian. So here we have our 4 tarot and then the clarifiers. The significator for you, Aries, is the Wheel of Fortune, and this is a very positive card. The Wheel of Fortune, as you know, can tip either way, but in your case, the Ouroboros suggests the connection of the rotation is toward the right, toward the rest of the cards, and the cards that follow are very positive. It's clarified by the Teacher, which in old decks used to be called the Hierophant, or the Sage, the Wise One. So this is about knowing that there are principles in place that are karmic, principles in place from our spiritual source of divinity. All things are moving well for the Aries zodiac sign for this month of August. Wheel of Fortune is followed by the 4 of Stars, which is the same as the 4 of Coins or Pentacles. So there's a financial stability that comes in this month. And it's interesting, it's clarified by the card which says Ignite. In other words, become passionate. That's interesting because the stability, the holding on to our resources, can make it feel stagnant, and everything is energy that must be in flow. So the spiritual suggestion here is that you need to ignite your process with this money and make sure that money is going out and money will come in again. Don't be worried. It's what we fear that we manifest. So, or what we don't like. If we focus on that, we manifest it. Where thoughts and attention go, that's where energy flows. So just be in the faith place that you can move or inject some action into your stability, and don't act like Uncle Scrooge on the Donald Duck cartoons, and that really dates me, I know that. So moving from the 4 of Stars, we have the 5 of Swords. Now, normally that suggests combativeness, intellectual combativeness, arguments, an instability, trying to win the war, so to speak. But this card suggests that it's not an external set of arguments that's at play. This is the Eight of Swords, and that is indicative of entrapment in one's own mind. Anxiety, feeling bound, feeling lost, feeling unable to get away from something which is anxiety producing. The classic image of the blindfolded woman thinking that she's bound, yet the cloth binding her wrists is actually not tied, and there is no fence. It's just a bunch of swords in the ground. This speaks of anticipatory anxiety about some move, some progress this month. So this card is representing the ancestors, and the ancestors are saying, get out of your head and don't anticipate something negative by you moving, igniting a spark to get flow going. Don't be afraid to let the flow go. Don't anticipate something wrong. That may be an old way that many of us think about money. And we know that it can be okay because we've got the Six of Stars, so the Six of Coins or Pentacles. And that suggests the giving of money and receiving. So it's a giving and receiving card. So this just validates what this one is implying, the giving and receiving. It's clarified here by the long night moon, which is darkness. So it's talking about something like winter solstice, where we have the longest night. It's implying shadow work. So for you, Aries, August is a month of starting to do some work with the subconscious. One cannot have light without dark. You cannot see the difference. And that's shown very much here by this ringed moon. Okay, Brian. So this is a very sparkly, positive month for you, Aries. And it's sounding like just you need to be aware of not getting in your own way and beginning to do, as you move in goodness and support, you are supported to go ahead and do some shadow work. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you next month or during the weekly videos. Aho.